Hi guys and good morning. This is a beautiful morning because it's snowing outside. Well, it's not actually snowing, it's been snowing outside, but that's not the focus of this video. Today we're going to talk about the brand new or actually facelifted 4 Series. It's a BMW 420i Cabrio, which is not that useful right now, but we'll get to it. Let's quickly go over the exterior looks. You can see there's been some upgrades, especially in the back. The car looks more slick, and I really like the new tail lights. I think it really changes the rear of the car, which I didn't like that much with the previous generation. As for the front, you can spot just a couple differences, but it's not that that impressive of a change. It's obviously a hardtop cabriolet, which means, well, it's better for weather like this, and it's well insulated and everything goes, I mean, it pretty much is like a coupe up until the moment you take the roof down. Let's now talk a bit about the interior, since, to be honest with you, I wasn't that impressed by the interior. I mean, you can see there's a digital dashboard, which looks fine. The infotainment is great. It has a lot of options. It has, lane assist and adaptive cruise control and all those little gimmicks that people seem to like, which honestly don't matter that much to me. So I guess that's up to you if you want that in your car or not. I don't really use it that much. We've just hit like icy curvy roads, back roads, and they're not great as well. So I'm sorry again if the sound is not awesome or the image quality is not awesome and if you're checking, but I can't really help it today. What I wanted to mention about the interior is that, surprisingly, it's not that uncomfortable when you have rear passengers. I mean, honestly, we fitted 4 people, which obviously I was the biggest one, but you can fit like 4 average people, no problem whatsoever. I would say so. I was expecting this car to be a little rough around the edges, but it's not. It's actually an amazing daily, except for one thing, which we'll get to in a minute. Aside from that, the last thing I wanted to mention is the trunk space, which when the roof is down, obviously it's not that impressive, but when it's not, it's actually quite decent. Don't expect to be packing as much as in a 7 Series, obviously, but you know what? When the roof is up and that little thing from the trunk is up, you get some decent space, and I'm cool with it. Now, moving on to the specifications, this car is a 420i. It's petrol, it's turbocharged, and it makes around 180 horsepower, a bit over, but let's be honest, doesn't really count, and 270 Newton meters of torque. And that's what's actually not that good. Honestly, the power, you can't really feel it. It feels pretty slow, like it makes a better noise than the diesel, but I think the 420d is faster. I guess the torque does make a huge difference. And there's another aspect where this car is pretty bad actually, and that's fuel consumption. I've been driving this car for now about 200 kilometers pretty normally on the highway, because I wanted to see what the average consumption would be, and now I've hit the back roads. I'm not pushing it, I'm really driving it economically, or normally you'd say, and I'm averaging 8. Before, in town, when I was like in Brussels for the past couple days, I was averaging around 10. So yeah, honestly, the diesel is 10 times better when it comes to fuel economy, but that's not a surprise. In conclusion, I think this car is a blast. I mean, it's really fun, and especially with the top off, which I actually took off during the winter, and I wasn't getting cold because all that air and the air scarf and all those options that make a car like this convertible kind of usable during the winter as well. I mean, you could do it. I'm not recommending it, but you could do it and you're not gonna freeze to death. What I would recommend if someone buys this car or is looking to buy this car, like, expect, if you're a car enthusiast like me, expect to be investing in something like a stage 1, stage 1, whatever. Like, you're gonna want to tune this car to make some more power, and not only that, but you're gonna end up changing the exhaust because it doesn't sound that good. Obviously 10 times better than a diesel, but it's not great. And I think with a bit more ground, I mean, an exhaust just a bit louder, it would make a world of a difference. So yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to say. personally think there's no point in getting even more into details, because the best review you're really gonna get is gonna be a test drive. If you're looking or you're interested in this car, go book a test drive and see for yourself if it fits your needs. All I can give you is my personal feedback. So yeah, I like it. Would I buy it? I don't think so. I don't think the 420i is the one I would buy. Maybe the 420d, or like even a more powerful diesel like a 430d. And if I really had to pick a petrol engine, I would go for a 6-cylinder, which I can understand tax-wise is not a good choice, and fuel economy is going to be even crappier. But in the end, it's not that much of a difference fuel economy-wise. So I would probably sacrifice some more money and invest into something that will bring me a lot more joy than this 2-liter, which is not that good, to be honest. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and I don't know, maybe share it with your friends or people who are interested in car videos. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. That would be very nice. I would appreciate it very much to show your support, and you know, it would allow me to get better cars, because then I can pressure like manufacturer, like, give me a better car, look at how many subscribers I have, you have to give me an M4. Yeah, bye bye.